Yeah, hello?
I think so.
Okay. Thanks everybody. Thanks for being here. I can see there is a massive audience, so that's great. Woo! Put your hands up. Woo. That's right, that's right. That's some kind of a... We are batching people to... yeah. Oh. Okay, cool. So let's get started. So first, thank you everybody for being here. It's a pleasure. So welcome to this Starknet talk. So it's going to be a brief overview of on Starknet, what you can do, what is cool basically. Also, we're going to have we're going to discuss about again a lot of things, use cases, what you can do on Starknet, in a very broad way. Also, more specifically on account abstraction applied to games, just to give a good use case, which is a big narrative for Starknet. But I mean, we're gonna get into this a little later. So yeah, basically use cases, bit of overview of what you can do on Starknet, account abstraction through on-chain games. We're also gonna discuss the developer experience with David. So basically, yeah. So let's first introduce myself. So I'm Ellie. I'm a Starknet ambassador and focus on on-chain gaming mostly. And yeah, we're going to discuss. I'm going to discuss also indeed account abstraction applied to games mostly. David is going to discuss developer experience, and we also have Aviu, the head of product. We may talk some words at the end if we have time. Okay, cool. So. First, so what is cool about Starknet? So there's a lot of things. I mean, so just, I'm sure all of you know what Starknet is all about. So just very quick recap. So Starknet is a ZK rollup aiming at scaling Ethereum using Stark. So basically, the idea is like any other L2s, just to use the security of L1 of Ethereum while doing the execution on another layer, which is Starknet for us. So yeah, so that's the main thing. So like any other L2s, the end goal indeed is scaling Ethereum. So. And which means on the long term to have transaction much cheaper and much faster. But that's like the aim of any other L2. So I would say there is two main features when it comes to Starknet. So there is first the language that is specific. So on Starknet, the programming language is Cairo, which is a language that is made to measure to leverage ZKP. I mean, Starks like. So the language is made to leverage the full potential of ZKP. I mean, at the moment it's more validity proof because we don't really use a privacy layer, but whatever, that's just a detail. So basically, yeah. So the main thing is, so one of the two main features is. Contrary to other to ZK VMs, Starknet has a very specific language that is made by measure to use the full potential of ZKP, which means it's a bit of a barrier to entry because it's tough for the newcomers. I mean, they need to learn a new language. It's tough, but on the other hand, it's also the best way to design super precise apps. You're not limited by design by the EVM structure, so you can basically do whatever you want, much more finer stuff using Cairo than ZK EVM. This being said, so basically just to give a very quick analogy, so it's like if you want to communicate with somebody that doesn't speak the same language as you, you have two options. Whether you can use some kind of like a Google Translate or whatever AI you can use, so it's super convenient. You can discuss; it works very well, but you will always be limited. To the way you can communicate. So you will never be able to read a book using a Google Translate. So it's convenient, but you will be always limited. The second option is to learn the language of the person you want to talk to. So it's much harder, takes much more time, it's much less convenient, but at the end of the day, you can be much more precise. You can go. You can be much more deep. You can be much deeper in the communication you will have with a person. So that's the same idea with Cairo versus using SolidC that is not by design made for to be used for ZK features. Okay. This being said, that's not the main thing. So the Cairo is a big change from all the L2s, but one of the main game changer that is very specific to Starknet is a kind of abstraction. So a kind of abstraction. I mean, we had a great talk yesterday from the Ethereum Foundation team. We talked very great in very clearly way. They introduced very well EIP 4337. So I'm not going to discuss much more, like a lot of like what it's about. Maybe I can give a very quick recap for those who have no idea what construction is. So basically, we have two kinds of accounts. So there is EOA, that's your ledger, your MetaMask, whatever. So it's basically an account that is external to the blockchain. Yeah, so that's basically what we have today. It's not programmable. It's super. So it's external to the blockchain. On the other end, you have also new accounts, which is smart accounts, so also smart wallets. So basically, it's a wallet that is basically your wallet is a smart contract. So it's fully programmable. You can do whatever you can program whatever you want with it. So there is it brings a lot of new stuff. So yeah, you can basically set up in advance a lot of things. You can set up automated swaps. You can set up, I don't know, whatever you want. Like if whatever, you can set up black and white addresses. You can basically design your you can program your wallet the way you want, which is super useful. So basically, a few use cases when it comes to programmable wallets or smart wallets. So you can set up plugins that would extend the functionality of your account, which is super convenient. You can also have account recovery systems. So basically, today, if you lose your, with the EOA, if you lose your private key, you're basically done. Like you all say, it's not super convenient, but yeah. So basically, with recovery systems like Argent or Bravos does, you can set up new ways to recover your private key if needed. Again, you need to set it up, the conditions to get it. You can have multiple parties to have a way to recover. Yeah, so that's a great thing. And but basically, I would say, the main thing why it's a weird game changer, kind of abstraction, is going to be the new way to bring the masses full adoption to Web3. I know this. It's a big word to say mass adoption. The next million user is going to come through whatever, but it's going to be the case. Why? Because kind of abstractions create the experience super frictionless, super even cryptoless. People don't even know they use crypto. They don't. So it's super convenient. Your grandma can basically use it without knowing she's doing crypto basically. So that's really cool. You can. Yeah, basically also unlock your wallets through Face ID. You can do multi-sig. You can basically set up the way your wallet the way you want. So another great features from a abstraction is in the use case of gaming, because if you want to, for fully on-chain games, obviously, so games that are fully on-chain. What I mean by games that are fully on-chain, it's game that which all the components of the game is on-chain. When you take today games like, I don't know, Axis, Steppen, those kind of games, they're not really Web2 games. It's like 95% off-chain with maybe like a 5% on-chain components, and 5% is already being generous. But on the contrary, fully on-chain games are games that are full, that in which all the components is on chain, which means every piece of the game, like a Lego, is on chain, and you can basically plug it, you can take it off. I mean, you can just basically everything is on chain. Which means if it's on chain, that you need to sign every transaction, every move, every action you do in the game needs to be signed somehow. So I mean, can you imagine a user experience if in your game you need to sign every 5 seconds? That's impossible to play. So a kind of abstraction through session keys can allow you to set up in advance the entire scope of what you can do within a game. So basically, the session key will sign for you in the background all the actions you need to do in a game while being fully on chain. So basically, if you need buy in your game resource, you need to build a castle, you need to sell a sword or whatever, everything will be signed by the session key. So again, you don't even experience the crypto, the signing thing while playing a Web2 game, which is obviously a game changer for games. And again, I mean the gaming market is massive. So the best way to onboard people to Web3 also is through games, and this will be the complete game changer to bring the masses. And Starknet, by having this native abstraction, allows to do so. I mean, I can give an example of teams that does this. I mean, today on Starknet we have Dojo, which is like a public good, like a game engine that is like a full library that is available for everybody that allows you to build the stack of fully on-chain games. You also have teams like Cartridge who have done what we call a secure enclaves, which means like you can. So basically, Cartridge is a full on-chain gaming console where you can play game full on chain, and within this secure enclave you can play it, and you have these session keys, etc., etc. You also have like a lot of new games that is getting super popular still on Starknet. Like we have Loot Survivors, which has an amazing traction. Loot Survivor, which has an amazing traction. I mean, I could give a lot of examples, but it demonstrates how abstraction has changed the game when it comes to onboard new people, and native abstraction from Starknet allows to do it in a very simple way. I could talk a little more about Cartridge. I mean, I guess if you have questions, I can answer them. I'd love to, but yeah, maybe let's get a little. I'm not sure we have too much time, so I'm not gonna stick too much on this. But yeah, so basically that's the main use case. And just since we had also had a great talk yesterday about abstraction, but from the Ethereum perspective, from the EIP 4337, maybe we can explain a bit what it means, like the difference between a native abstraction versus not a native, like a EIP 4337. So yeah, so basically, so on a technical level, the difference is a abstraction on Starknet is on the protocol level, which is not the case on 4337, which is on the contract level. Also on Starknet, you need to deploy your contract before the first transaction, which is not the case with 4337. And also the gas you have to pay is also determined by the sequencer on Starknet versus the market for EIP 4337. I mean, I could go a little more deep into the technical aspect. Is it technically implemented? Is technically implemented on Starknet? But again, I guess I can leave this. I'm not sure we have too much time, so I can leave this to questions. But basically, as a very quick explainer, so on Starknet, every transaction goes through the sequencer. So the sequencer goes is the one that handles all the transactions, and to verify, to set the order of the transaction order, to verify them, to execute them also, and to also build the bricks, to build the blocks. My bad. So that operates, and contrary to EIP 3337 on Starknet, the sequencer also operates as the block builder. But again, that's a little technical. I'm not sure if it's super relevant. I mean, if you guys have questions, and girls, feel free to ask. Yeah, I think. But again, I think the thing to remember to keep in mind is the mass adoption needs to go through something that is super frictionless for the newcomers. I mean, you can expect people to know how to manipulate crypto, to know to know how to keep a seed phrase, etc. To be able to join the Web3 ecosystem, and having this experience that is super frictionless. People don't even know they're using crypto. And especially through the lens of Web3 on-chain games, that is going to be a mass change, and the best way to bring the masses, the people to the Web3 ecosystem. Again, sorry, I think we are running a little bit of time. So now I'm going to give the mic to David, who is going to with building Carmine an option protocol on Starknet. So he's going to give his developer experience. And yeah, so thank you for listening.
Hi, I'm David. I'm from Carmine Finance, and we have built options AMM on Starknet. So we're one of the early adopters, somewhat. And yeah, it was really nice working with Starknet. So I'm just here to tell you that it's awesome. And if you're considering finding a new L2 to build something beautiful on, Starknet is definitely a place to go. And I want to speak about the community, because I think that the Starknet people are really amazing. And whenever we were stuck, we had some problems, there was always somebody to talk to us and help us work through the problems. So really, everybody's welcoming. And I'm going to give a quick shout out to the Discord, where you can find channel for basically absolutely any problem that you run into. There's like channel for everything. Also, we, the Carmine Finance, are Prague-based. Our core team are everyone from Prague. One guy is from Brno, which is like pretty close. So if you're also in Prague, definitely join the Starknet Prague on Meetup, because we have done 2 meetups so far, and both were awesome. So looking forward to the 3rd one. So if you're ever in Prague, join the meetup group and make sure to show when the next one is happening. Also, I want to give a shout out to all the open source projects that are so helpful. I'm going to start with the Cairo Starlinks, which is so if you're writing smart contracts on Starknet, you're writing it in Cairo. It used to be Cairo version 0, which was a bit of a pain, but now there's Cairo 1, which is its syntax is very much like Rust. And Starknet built this amazing project which walks you through how to write Cairo, how it works, and it's absolutely amazing. It will teach you everything, and it's built for the complete beginners. But if you're like knowledgeable, you're gonna just breeze through it. Rust is the best language. Everybody knows that, right? Who writes here in Rust? Yeah. Awesome, awesome. So, if you want to start building on Starknet, this is definitely a place to start. Starklinks, that's if you're writing the backend, the smart contracts. If you're a front-end developer, much like myself, I went through the Starklinks just to sort of like know what it's all about, and it's definitely awesome. There's Starknet.js for connecting your front-end to the backend, and Cairo 0 has awesome type systems, so parsing the responses from the blockchain has never been easier, and it's absolutely amazing. Starknet.js is developed by the community. That's right. I mean, I'm not lying, right? Yeah, it's open source, and it works perfectly. It's really nice. There's also the Starknet React, which is built by Apibara. Apibara is a okay. Oh, didn't know that. Thank you. Yeah, also, so Apibara, they have built amazing indexer that works, I think, not only on Starknet, but it's also on Starknet if you need to index some events or anything. And Janek from Apibara, he built Starknet React, which gives you all the hooks that you might need if you're writing your app in React. And I'm pretty sure that React is the #1 framework for all the Web3 everything. So if you're writing in React, this will definitely help you jumpstart your project. This is also amazing. And yeah, and this is fairly recent, the Starknet Kit, which has been built by people from Argent, which is one of the 2 biggest wallets on Starknet. And this will help you set up your wallet and connect it with the app, and it's really, really easy to use. If you're interested in any of this, in how it works, how to connect it, tomorrow at Lobkowicz Palác, I'm gonna have a workshop on how to build an app on Starknet. So I'm gonna show you within like 55 minutes how to start from like create React app and get to an app where you can read data from Starknet, you can write to Starknet, you can connect your user's wallet, and it's really fast to do, super easy if you know all the right libraries, which are those. So I'm looking forward to meeting you at Starknet Meetup in Prague sometime soon. And yeah, that's it, I guess. So if you guys have any questions.
Maybe you can mention Node Guardians and only DAS, like other community. No, you can go for it. And also, if you there's also as David said, like, there's an amazing community. You can also step in on Cairo with like Node Guardians, Crest, and you also have like an amazing community where you can use Only Dust, which is a place where you can participate to projects and being paid for it. So it's also a great way to step in and to get involved.